We are talking adrenals and having your adrenals be so tired that you're wired at nighttime. Have you experienced that? It's time to go to bed and you're exhausted, but you can't go to sleep. We're talking solutions today. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Kristen. I'm a magnesium advocate, and I've been sharing my passion about magnesium for over 20 years. I recovered from my own personal health crash, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you what to do. I am sharing some things, laying them at your feet for you to make the best decision for you. Now, especially on this live, I think more than any other live than I've ever done. Oh, and oh my gosh, I had such a hard time with the setup today. Let me go to comments so I can see comments. I'd love to know where you're coming in from and who's here so we can really speak to your needs. I can share lots of things, but it may not be the thing that you need. So I'd love to know where you're coming from. And hopefully I've got this app set up correctly that I can see that. Okay. More than most classes, I want you to make sure that as you listen to today, it's the right space for you to be in. And oh, Jackie, thank you. It was a rough start. I had some issues with several things, so I'm really glad to be here too. But I do want, and for those of you that are live and for those of you that are listening, you may not be in the right space for this class because this is about taking some more accountability for where you're at and talking solutions when you have low energy. And if you're already overwhelmed and exhausted, this could leave you feeling more overwhelmed and exhausted. Now, you might be in the place where you are so sick and tired of being sick and tired that you are ready to listen to some things, but make the right decision for you. Okay, make the right decision for you. If you, as we talk and share on this class, we can, first, I want to share my breakfast recipe. And the reason is my breakfast recipe is so easy and it is an amazing recipe for people who have low energy. It's probably my favorite recipe for people who have low energy because it's so easy to make and it is loaded with healthy fats. Your body needs healthy fats to support adrenal function. It's also got loads of fiber, and fiber is so important to take the toxins and the old hormones out of your body. And it's delicious. Plus, it's easy and you can prep it. So, let me walk you through what I had for breakfast this morning. It's a chia pudding recipe. You have to do it right. If you don't do chia seeds right, they can make you miserable. If you have colitis, chia seeds probably aren't for you. If you have diverticulitis, stay away from this recipe. So make sure that this recipe is a good fit for you. It's a can of coconut milk. You can get full fat, you can get light, whichever you want to do. I like full fat coconut milk. So a can of coconut milk. Now, you can do between 2 to 5 tablespoons of chia seeds. So grab a pen and pencil, write this down. You can do between 2 and 5 tablespoons of chia seed in that coconut milk. The more chia seeds you add, the more for your digestive, so you've got to consider where your digestive issues are at and the thicker it gets. I've done 2, I've done 3, I've done 4, I've done 5, and I like 3. That's the thickness that I like. And you need to mix those chia seeds well. You need to mix them very well. I do not add sweetener to this. I think the coconut milk is sweet enough. But if you need some sweetener, you could add a touch of stevia. You could add about, most people use about a tablespoon of honey, whatever is good for you on sweeteners. Add just a touch. It doesn't need a lot. I don't think it needs any, but you can add some if needed. I love to put about a teaspoon. It's a splash, so we'll call it about a teaspoon of my homemade vanilla. You can use any type of vanilla that you have, or you can skip the vanilla. That's the beauty of this recipe. It's so easy. And then you are just going to shake, shake, shake that up, but you're not going to eat it right then. Because if you do, the chia seeds are not hydrated and they will pull hydration from you to plump up, and they can cause incredible digestion issues if you do not soak the chia seeds. I am seeing a trend online of people, they're calling it dry scooping chia seeds, and it scares me because you can land in the emergency room doing that. Chia seeds are powerful, just like a car. You get in the car and you follow the rules of the road and you're careful. The car's amazing. It gets you places fast. Chia seeds are amazing. They get you places fast, but take care of them. Make sure that they're hydrated. I leave it overnight. So last night I made mine. And then in the morning is when all the magic happens. And you can put fresh fruit, you can put frozen fruit, you can skip the fruit and eat it plain. I like to do it with some hemp seeds because that's going to increase my protein. I this morning added some toasted coconut seeds, and I also put frozen blueberries and fresh strawberries because that's what I had. Now, there's the basics of it. It's easy, it's delicious. If you want to add more protein, if you're like me and you're just wanting to add more protein, while I'm here at my home in Morro Bay. And while I'm here, there's a lot of things to get done. We're doing some video work for the company and photography, and there's just lots of details. And so I need my meals really fast, really easy, and really healthy. I don't always use protein powder. It's a processed food, but this week I am using it every day. And so in that mixture last night, I added protein powder. And that way, this morning, when I added the hemp seeds, I added the crunchy bite of almonds on top. It already had good amounts of protein in it from the protein powder. Do I always add protein powder? Heck no, because I don't eat that every day. This week, I do. I need it. I need it fast. I need it super easy. And that worked for me. This recipe is so forgiving. You can do so many things with it and make it work for you. So, should we run over that again? Yes or no? Oh, Christina, I'm so glad. Amy, I'm so glad you're here. Should we run over that again really quickly so you can write it down? 1 cup of coconut milk, 2 to 5 tablespoons of chia. You can add some protein powder. 1 to 2 scoops is usually what I do if I am adding protein powder. A splash of vanilla, some sweetener that can be a little bit of stevia or a little bit of honey, about a tablespoon of honey or a little pinch of stevia, or, whatever kind of sweetener you use. I don't think it needs any sweetener. And so I don't add anything, but you might want to add a little bit of sweetener. Oh my gosh. Kristen, you are amazing. Thank you. So Kristen has written this down for you. Um, Fruit or hemp seeds or on the top, can add protein powder, but yeah. So Kristen, thank you so much, Kristen. She just wrote out that recipe for you in let's see. I forget. I need to put the comments on the on the, I have to touch the comments for the comments to be shown on this app I'm using today. Thank you, Kristen, for that. The reason I shared that recipe is it has so much of what your adrenals need. And we have to nourish adrenals if we want to get out of being wired and tired. And that is a recipe that I have never gotten tired of. I kind of go and like I'll eat something a lot, then I get a little tired of it. This one is cool and creamy and easy and oh, it's delicious to me. I love it. So you might have to play with it a little bit to make sure you love it. Make sure those chia seeds soak and make sure chia seeds are appropriate for you. Now let's get on to some patterns about being wired and tired and not having enough energy. And this is where my little setup did not work this morning. Let me see if I can. This is not ideal, but we're going to make it work. I want to make sure that you take care of yourself during this class. And if it's not a good fit for you, walk away and say, you know what, Kristen, I've got other things going on right now, and I'll circle back around maybe later or maybe never. Healthy women have strong filters. Filter the information for where you are at right now in your life. I have a dear friend. We went to a funeral on Saturday or Friday of my husband's very best friend from a young child, and their families had been intertwined, and it was a huge loss for my husband. If his wife, a dear friend, was listening to this right now, she's not in a place to listen to this. I would tell her, Andrea, get off and just go hang out with a friend and go through that process of mourning. This call would not be a good fit for her. So you make sure that this call is a good fit for you, because we're going to talk patterns. And when we talk patterns, it's about us taking more responsibility for our health. If you are low energy, it's probably because you're not listening to your body. There's the simple statement that can be hard to hear when you're really tired, because I think a lot of times we want to look outside to create better health. And if we're wired and tired or we're low energy and we really want to heal, we have to look inside to create healing. Um, I have a question. How is the audio? I'm on my front porch and there are more cars than usual. How's the audio? Is it so annoying that you can't hear? If somebody could let me know on that, because I could maybe find somewhere else. Anyway, let me know. Um, Oh, okay. Audio's good, even with all the cars and trucks going by. Okay, thank you for that. We can look outside to create. Oh, thank you, Anna and Amy, all those people. Thank you. We can look outside to create health. We can look at the health food store. We can look at a health guru. We can look at a book. We can look at tools like Asana, or, oh my gosh, I love tuning forks, and I found a whole bunch of tuning forks. I used to sell them, and I don't know why I have like 5 sets of tuning forks here in Morro Bay. And last night I just spent the most delightful about 45 minutes with tuning forks. I haven't used them for so long. We can look outside for tools, and they're wonderful. I love tools. You might call me a tool junkie, and you might be a tool junkie. The most powerful healing comes when we look inside, and we have to look at those patterns. Don't like, well, if you were looking at my patterns, I would hope you would do it with so much love, because I've got broken patterns. I'm someone who's on the mental health journey, and I've got some broken patterns from that journey. Some of them from trauma as a child, and some of them just from some bad habits I picked up as an adult. I would hope that you would be so kind to me and recognize that I'm doing my best, and focus on the work that I've put in and recognize that it's a journey of where we're going and it's not perfection. It's a journey. And if you would treat me that way, you have to treat, not have to, I would hope you would treat yourself that way as we talk about patterns. If you're tired, if you don't have enough energy, I've found so far, and there's always exceptions, so far on my journey of the beautiful women that I've been able to interact with, they're not listening to their body. And once you're not listening when you need to go to the bathroom, you do not get brownie points, hero points for how long you can not go to the bathroom. And for some reason, I've been with women like on destination and they're like, oh, I can go 12 hours. No, we do not get brownie points for discounting that our body needs to go to the bathroom. If oh gosh, if somebody just hopped on right then, they're probably like, "What is this woman talking about?" Go to the bathroom when you feel that signal that your body is sending you. Go to the bathroom. In fact, right now, here's the thing. Oh my gosh, this just happened. Okay, so I got really thirsty and I thought, oh, I can't take a drink of water during the class. That went through my head. But guess what? I'm stopping. I'm taking a drink of water. I can hear it in my mouth. I'm dry. It's okay for me to stop and take water during a class. Now, that kind of seems a silly thing, but that's something I don't like to do because I'm here to share with you, not, drink water, but I'm listening to my body's needs. That helps you walk away from being wired and tired. And please, I'm begging you, I'm begging, don't discount how important that is. If you came for the latest and greatest supplement, or if you came for the latest and greatest trick, or the newest thing, you can't add those layers until you've got the foundational layers taken care of on walking away from being so exhausted. And if you're not listening to your body, it will never heal. Truly, never is a strong word, but you'll never get to full capacity if you don't listen to what your body is telling you. And that goes for when you're hungry. Last night, I went live on TikTok last night, and there was just, getting dinner in for myself, for my husband, the dog. Anyway, it was just, I don't know, one of those crazy nights that things just weren't falling into place. And I thought, oh, I'll skip dinner and then I'll be able to get everything done, right? And I'll get the gold star at the end of the day that I was superwoman. No, no, that's a lie. That is such a lie. And I didn't do as long of a live. It wasn't quite as put together as I wanted it to be, but I did stop and eat dinner and I stopped. I completely stopped. I sat at a picnic table with my husband. We talked, we connected, we ate our food, we chewed our food. It was nourishing and it calmed my adrenals down. If we're running all of the time, wired and tired and low energy doesn't go away. It's time to take a hard look at all of the things on your plate and take some of them off. Ask yourself, now, this works for me. It may or may not work for you. Okay. I ask myself, what is a God given role? And what is a role that I've taken on that is part of my identity? And some of my God given roles are a wife, a mom, a grandma, a daughter. Those are the things I'm not taking off my plate. One of the things I had to take off my plate, and I'm still focused on processing this one. So you might see some things as I talk about it, it's still hard for me. I want to answer, my desire truly is to answer every single question on social media. I had to draw better boundaries, and it made some people angry. I had to draw that line. I can't answer every question on social media. I can't do it. I want to, and I'm processing through that. But by drawing that boundary, it decreased my stress level. Is it still hard to draw that boundary? Yep. Do I still answer comments? Absolutely. I work it every day, but it can't be everyone. And that's still a hard place for me to be. Now, looking outside, you might go, "Oh, Kristen, that's simple." But it's not simple for me. Well, no, I need to take that back. I can process it with ease. My desire is very strong though. That's why my company was created. You if you really want to walk away from low energy, and if you really want to sleep well and wake up refreshed, you know how important magnesium is. We've talked about that. We've talked about adaptogens. We've talked about so many things. Have you taken 20, 30 minutes, an hour, depending on where your life's at right now, and just written down every single thing that you expect of yourself or that others expect of you that you're doing? In my opinion, watching and being a part of the lives of other women on the journey, that is the most powerful tool I can share with you. Now, we talked about a great recipe, and I want to talk a little bit about some foods that I've done, and I want to talk a little bit about sunshine. So, there's lots of things there that we can talk about. But that exercise of writing it all down, putting it in the physical world, get it out of your head, get it out of that dimension, put it in the physical world on paper. And I would even, and some of you might disagree, and remember, healthy women have strong filters, so you do it in a way that works for you. But oh, I just knocked my water over. I will not be drinking any more water. I will not be drinking any more water. So you do it in a way that works for you, but here's my thoughts on it. Doing it on your phone or digitally is not the same as putting it on paper. If you want the full impact of that exercise, put it on paper. And it's not an exercise you do once and you're done. I had to do that exercise numerous times this last year, year and a half. I've had to do that over and over, and my list gets smaller and smaller. And only you can do that list. I can't tell you what to take off that list or what to keep on that list. You have to listen and think. For those of you that are thinkers and those of you that feel it, you know how it comes to you. You just need to be in a quiet place, some deep breaths with pen and paper, and write down all of those things. Every single expectation that you have of yourself, that others have of you. And then ask yourself, can I do all of this? Yes or no? Very simple. Yes or no. Don't go into any excuses. Don't go into any stories. Yes or no. Can I sustain all of this on a daily basis and still have energy? And if the answer is yes, fold that paper, hug yourself, and get about your life. If the answer is no, you've got a deeper dive to do. And the deeper dive is asking yourself what goes off of this. If you find yourself not having the time to feed yourself and nourish yourself with meals that are nourishing, and you don't have the time to exercise and move your body, there might be an imbalance somewhere else in your life. Now, right now, I have a role of not not a caretaker, but I help my husband a lot with some basic needs. And things had to come off of my plate because that role, I'm never going to not be there for him ever. And so other things had to come off my plate that normally wouldn't. So you really need to look at that, and only you can determine. You can't ask your friend, should I do this? You can't ask your, well, I mean, you can, but ultimately it is your decision 100%. Now, here's the first broken pattern that comes up after this exercise, because I've done this a lot myself and I've done this a lot with women in groups. And here's the first broken pattern. You go ahead and do it. And in the moment, you feel powerful. And you're like, okay, I am doing this. I am taking things off of my list. And I have people, I like to use a big fat Sharpie marker. I love Sharpies. They're permanent and they don't come off, and they're big and thick, and you scratch it off your list and you are done with that. You're not focused on that. And they feel really good. And then by the end of the class, they're like, well, I ought to kind of probably should have been, or, well, I can maybe work on that. And you go to questioning your decision. Make your decision, make it strongly, and walk away. Indecisiveness is a way you traumatize yourself. And when you traumatize yourself, you dysregulate your nervous system. And when your nervous system is dysregulated, it is hard to hold on to magnesium. You push the magnesium out of your body. Healing becomes harder, and it's all because of indecisiveness. Healthy women make strong decisions. Are they hard? Yep, they are sometimes. Not going to shy away from that. I have that social media decision. I have to remake it every single day. It's getting easier. I'm still experiencing some hard around that. I'm learning to process it. And I've set a date for when I will be done with that. Indecisiveness is a way we traumatize ourselves. When you make that decision in that quiet moment, make the decision and make it strong. Now, at the same time, that's pretty hardline, right? Pretty hardcore, how I just came across. At the same time, we need flexibility. And if you're a couple weeks in and it was not the right decision for you, you need to have some flexibility on that. But so bring balance to that, in the amount of balance that you are needing in your life. Let's talk about your healthy fats, because healthy, oh, so that's pattern work. What we just did, that's pattern work. And oh, let's do this right now. Um, Tell me if you're going to do that, yes or no. Put it in the comment section. And then tell me if how much time you're going to take in your quiet place to do that. You see, we're creating accountability right here, because in the moment, oh yeah, I'm going to do that. That sounds so good. And then you get off the live and it never happens. And then when you go to do something else to get healthy, you have now created a bigger club to beat yourself up and dysregulate your nervous system, push that magnesium that you soaked in out of your body, and then you're still tired and you wonder why. It's because of follow through, my friend. Follow through. We are taking accountability. Oh, okay, I've got it. Karen says, yes, I'm doing it. 10 minutes. I love that. Um, oh, I love that. While she's getting out, laying out for vitamin D. So she's taking 10 minutes. She's setting her timer, and she's writing down all those expectations and determining, asking herself, can I sustain this and still create energy? and have energy. And if the answer is yes, she's done with the assignment. If the answer is no, she's still got some more work to do. Barbara, I love that. How long, Barbara, are you going to take on that exercise? Karen's doing 10. That works for her. She's a mom with kids and lots of lessons and music lessons. You pick the time that works for you. Oh, Serena, I love it. She's going to do it for 10 minutes also. Karen, you really led out with that. Thank you. And then, okay, Barbara, 15 minutes. I love that. 15 minutes. Set it. I have to tell you, I love my Apple Watch. I love it because I just lift my wrist and say, hey Siri, set a timer for, and it's right there, boom, and then the timer goes off and I'm done. And it's so simple and so easy. Okay, Kristen says she's going to do it in 7 minutes. Oh, you know what? You do you remember Name That Tune? Did anybody watch that show? It just kind of felt like that. Name that tune. Ooh, Kristen's doing it in 7 minutes. Name that life expectancy. And Andra, 10 minutes. I don't know. It just reminded me of that Name That Tune. I used to love that show. And I always try to guess what the music was. Am I dating myself? Maybe you haven't seen that, but I love that show. Okay, so walk away. Now, if the answer is yes, you need to be in that quiet place. So set it up that you are in that quiet place mentally. Like, do you need to do some deep breathing? I love to do the 4 in. You see different numbers everywhere. I don't think it really matters personally. Four breath, count to 4 in, hold it for 8, blow it out for 7, or whatever numbers you've seen online. I've tried all the different ones and I don't see a difference. Do some breathing beforehand. Oh, Jackie, I love this. Jackie is like, not today. I'll think about it though. I love it. If in thinking about it, Jackie, you don't beat yourself up that you didn't do it. I absolutely love when, everyone's on kind of this synergy of, oh, I'm doing it for this and this. And then someone stands up and says, doesn't work for me, and draws that boundary. And as you draw that boundary, Jackie, I hope that you are drawing it with love and not vacillating about it. And not because that could set yourself up for dysregulation. I love that, Jackie. Okay, Anna says, not trying to compete. I know it kind of, I don't know, it was like, name that too. I don't know. Anyway, it was not trying to compete, haha. But I'm giving 15 minutes. Oh, I love that. On my lunch break. If I find it needs more, I'll do more tonight. I love that. You guys are speed demons. I have to tell you, I like an hour. I really but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Remember, healthy women filter strongly and do it in the time that works for you in your life. I also don't have children in my home. I don't have all the lessons and all of those things. Do it in a time frame that works for you. But let's get into some healthy fats and a food combo that I still do to this day because it is so nourishing for my adrenals, and that is my broth. My broth. And guess what? Lately, I have not been making my own broth. Not at all. I live either in my daughter's basement, we're the parents that moved into our daughter's basement in Logan, or I'm here at my home in Morro Bay. And it's been a little bit scattered to go back and forth. And I'm not making my own broth. I am buying Kettle and Fire. That's my favorite bone broth. And I am testing currently, right now, Trader Joe's. You know how Trader Joe's works. They go to a big company and they say, we want to white label your product. So it's that big company's product, but Trader Joe's puts their labeling on it. It's called white labeling. And Trader Joe's is the master at doing it. And then they drop the price on it and it's a better price. And here's what I think. I don't know if okay, I think, and I'm researching this right now currently to figure it out. I personally think, and I'm not sure yet, okay? Let's get that straight. I am I personally think that Trader Joe's bone broth, not their stock, okay? The bone broth is Kettle and Fire. I Karen, I don't care for it as much. The Kirkland Costco brand of bone broth. I will use it, but I don't like it. I in order of uh, Kettle and Fire is my favorite, and then currently this could change. Kettle and Fire is my favorite, and then and right that almost the same is that Trader Joe's bone broth, and theirs is like, well, it depends what state you're in. California, we pay more. I think I picked it up for like 329 in Nevada while we were driving to the funeral, like 329. Yeah, I think I'm not sure, but I lean toward that it is. Um, Oh, Jackie, you're right. I have to do my bone broth first thing in the morning, like very first thing in the morning before it heats up. And sometimes in the summer, I take a break from it. Maybe for you, it's just a fall food. The reason that bone broth is so important for me is what it does for my adrenals, my joints, my brain function. So let me share with you how I do it currently. And it changes. So if you've heard me talk about it a different way, that's how I did it then. This is how I'm doing it now. So I homemade bone broth is great. Not doing it right now. So I'm using Kettle and Fire and or Trader Joe's while I'm doing some research on that. And I put salt in according to my body. My blood pressure tends to run low, which is not good. And so I use more salt than the average person. I put a lot of salt in. I put avocados. Here's why almost always have avocados, and that is because they are loaded with fiber and loaded with healthy fat. Fat, fiber, and protein are a beautiful combination for your adrenals. They also have potassium for your adrenals. Your adrenals run on potassium and salt. They need magnesium to move the potassium and salt. If you are wired and tired or have low energy, you have a voltage issue. Magnesium, potassium, salt, and you've got to get those balanced. It's the basics. We can run to all sorts of big fancy things, but if you have low energy, it's the basics. We've got to go back to the basics and look at that. Um, and you have to make it work for you, right? If I had someone ask what my Tina ask what my blood type is, and I'm very familiar with the blood type diet and that kind of thing. If bone broth doesn't work for you, then skip it. It is incredible for me, even though technically on the blood type diet, it shouldn't be a good fit. But it's a game changer for me, for my skin, for my joints, for my brain health, and specifically for my adrenals. And it's not that anyway, so if it doesn't work for you, then skip on the bone broth. So I put salt. I always put avocados. Always, always, always put avocados. I put a raw egg yolk for the choline, and I put that right at the very end because I don't want it to be super cooked, like a egg drop soup kind of egg in that hot broth. I want to get the most nutrients I can, and choline, the longer it's cooked, the less there is. Does freezer frozen avocado have the same nutrients? Okay, I haven't, Anna, I haven't done any research on that, but I'm sure that it does. I like frozen food actually sometimes has more of the nutrients that we're looking for than what we can buy fresh in the grocery store because it's frozen at its peak instead of traveling for days on the truck and then being hauled into the grocery store. So, super interesting study on that one that frozen foods a lot of times has actually more nutrition. And I don't know specifically on avocados, but I would have no problem using frozen avocados. I buy them by the bag full and keep them in my fridge. In fact, I think it was someone in course 7 who taught me that. I'd never heard of keeping avocados in your fridge, but it's a game changer. But remember, adrenals run on potassium and salt and need magnesium to move those nutrients. And so if you have low energy, and then here's what happens, you have low energy, and then you start using your adrenals to give you a boost of energy, and then your adrenals get so tired they can't do what they need to do for you hormonally. So a hormone issue, in my opinion, almost always starts out with us abusing our adrenals and using adrenals for the wrong thing. For example, in the company, if you're going to have me do very technical tech stuff, sure, I'll do my best and I'll put it in, but it is going to take me forever and I'm not going to be as efficient because that's not my role in my company. If you're going to have me do a live, I'm all over that and can do it quickly and can hop on and get excited to connect with people and talk and get feedback. And that's what I love to do. Your adrenals, if you're using them, especially at night, if you're not listening to your body and you're using them to push past your energy and you get that second wind, you're abusing them, said with love. You're abusing them. And you'll never have optimal hormone balance if you're doing that. Remember at the very beginning we talked about, are you listening to your body? Are you listening to how tired it is? Now, it doesn't change overnight if you're exhausted, but you, in my opinion, looking at those broken patterns of what got you there, healing those patterns is what walks you away from where you're at. Oh, yes. I adrenal bovine. It's not a good fit for everybody, but when it is, it's incredible. I am so excited. I am so excited because they are in my warehouse. I have about, I think it's about 7 or 8,000 bottles that just um, are ready to go of not only grass fed, but grass finished. Because grass fed is good, but then at the end, they bulk them up with corn. And so they can call it grass fed. But in actuality, at the end, they bulked them up on garbage. And um, my desiccated liver is grass fed and grass finished. And it's incredible. And I am so excited to get it going. Oh, I will sing it from the rooftops when it goes on the website because that was a tough journey. I had people sending me stuff and then it'd test really clean, but then the actual product they gave me was not what what I tested. It wasn't from the same anyway. It was a journey. And setting up that FDA warehouse. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so I will be singing it from the rooftops when it is ready to go. Yes. Yes, I'm Karen, I'm with you. I cannot wait. And it too supports adrenals. I want to make sure, though, as we end here, that we are focused on the most powerful part of healing, low energy, wired, and tired. And we get lots of ambulances. It's kind of sad. There's a senior citizen up on the hill just down from us, and that's the only road out to get to a hospital. So we get a lot of those. How much bone broth do I do? I do 1 to 2 cups. Right now, I'm just on 1 cup. If I'm in a crunch and just really needing to pull my body up, I'll do 2. But 1 right now. So please don't think I'm drinking 2. And in the summer, I tend to go to 1. And I either do it really early morning or um, when it cools down in the evening. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, I'm working it. I promise. I am. I've been less in front, like doing this kind of stuff, because I've been working on supply chain issues in the back. Yes, we had an issue with our iodine in and I've got like hundreds of bottles, but there was a leak on the lid and like thousands of bottles. And so we're having to figure out. Oh yeah, Tina in Florida. Um like right now I'm in Morro Bay and like look, I'm in long sleeves and I've got a sweater over my shoulders in case I get a little cold and I need to put it on because it's just nice and cool and breezy. In Utah, in Logan, it was like I think we hit the high 90s. And man, I was getting that, like, my foot touched the ground. And the first thing I did was get my broth in because it's so much hotter there. Here in Morro Bay, it's so easy. Okay, so we're going back to listening to our bodies. That's where it starts. And it seems so simple and it seems so easy. Oh, Lorene, you're so kind. Thank you. How are you going to go back to that powerful micro action of listening to your body? Like saying no when you need to say no. In fact, let's practice it together because I need to practice it also. No, I'm not able to do that. Thank you so much for asking, though. No. Oh, I'm looking at my calendar and it doesn't look like I'm able to accommodate that. I'd love for you to reach out next year when you want 25,000 free samples of muscle cream. Please reach out next year. I'm not able to do that now. Thank you so much for asking, though. You're right. I love the muscle cream also. These are just conversations I've been saying no on. And in the past, I would have said yes and then stressed out myself and my team. And I have to say no on things. And I need to practice it because I love saying yes. I love it. I need to say no so that I have the energy that I need for my husband. That's why I say no. That's what helps me say no so that I can be there for him as needed. So, are you practicing with me? Oh, thank you so much for asking. I won't be able to do that this time. It was just fun to even think about that. Thank you. Or how about this one? No. With a big smile. No. Practice it. Because if you've got wired and tired adrenals and low energy, my thought is there's somewhere in your life you're saying yes when you needed to say no. And we can add all the adaptogens and oh, I wanted to know, does this sound good to you? Are you interested in I want to go really deep on adaptogen personalities. And I'm going to run a class, I think, on that. Tell me what you think. And it's like the personality traits, the emotional personality traits of the adaptogen and what it's specifically doing to the organs so you can really adapt the correct adaptogen for you. and it's about 15 adaptogens. And then is what I wanted to do in the class is send everybody a pack of all the different adaptogens, because one of the downsides is, you buy it and it's not the adaptogen for you, and then you've got an empty bottle. And so I thought, oh, if I buy a bunch of them, and this will be a paid class, if I buy a bunch of them and then give each person who participates in the class enough of that adaptogen for a week. So you'd have like 10 to 15 adaptogens to try for a week to see if it's a good fit for you, and you'd know exactly what the brand was that you had tried. Anyway, I'm really wanting to do that. Oh, I love this. Oh, Karen, totally interested. Okay, it really excites me. I've been really focused on it lately. Um okay, this is the one, Karen. This is the one I thought I was clicking on. No, but thank you for asking, with a heart. You put your whole heart into that. And you said that so kindly. No, but thank you for asking. Just like I used to practice with my kids on things that they needed to say in tough situations, I need to do that for myself. I need to practice saying no, because I would have loved to have donated 25,000 muscle creams. Like, how exciting! There's no way. There's no way. I had to say no. And then I had to say it strongly and walk away and not agonize over it. So please remember, I'm on the journey of practicing and living this also. I'm not coming from a place of I'm on top of the mountain and conquered. I'm coming from a place of this is what I'm working on. So always remember that. Okay. Okay. Um, oh, Anna, it's been a really fun one for me to dive deep on. It would probably be like a 3 or 4 hour class. But it's been a really fun one, and I've got worksheets and all sorts of things. And I just think adding, because that's the downside, like, going and buying 15 adaptogens, that's a chunk of change. And then a lot of them aren't going to work for you. But if you had a week's worth of 10 to 15 adaptogens, that's, I think, going to be a game changer in trying those single adaptogens in creating a symbiotic relationship for your adrenals, your brain, your body. Anyway, I thought it would be really fun. Yeah. Oh, okay, you guys have inspired me. I'll get a date set. I'll get a date set for this class. Okay, so what are you going to listen to about your body? Is it when you're tired, you go to bed? Is it when you're thirsty, you take a drink? Is it when you have a signal that you need to go to the restroom and use the bathroom, that you go right then? What is the signal that you are going to slow down and pay attention to? Because that is what heals low energy and wired and tired adrenals. Yes, there are other layers, and they're more exciting to talk about than this simple one. But this simple one is the one that sets everything in motion, people. And it's the one that most people miss, because we all want to jump to the fun stuff, right? We want to jump to the big tools and the things we can buy in the store because we get a little dopamine hit. But this one, listening to your body signals, you don't get a massive dopamine hit from it, but it's the one that starts to change things inside your body. So tell me, what one are you going to start with? Okay. Okay. Oh, I love that. I get a lot of no practice with my kids. I love that. And there are some people it's easier for me to say no to. And then there are some situations that I am learning to be able to say no with ease. And I love that. You get a lot of practice. That makes me laugh. Oh, you're so kind, Anna. You are so kind. Thank you. Yes, adaptogens. Oh, I've been on a rabbit hole with adaptogens. And a learning curve in my post-menopausal love life that I'm in right now. Um, okay, here we go. taking a nap or early bed when tired. And that is huge. It sounds like a little thing, go to bed when you're tired, but it's huge because I know Karen and she's got family, she's got children, she's got lots of things she is so passionate about. And going to bed means she might miss out on some of those things. And she also has to counter that with the needs of her family. And so that's that's something that only you can decide how that works for you right now. But I love that. Okay, go to bed, Tammy. Will that be a hard one for you? I I step into, and it's been really happening a lot for me lately. I step into resistance and I just get this I don't want to. I don't want to go to bed. I've got things I want to do because my body right now is requiring more sleep for optimal health and I'm wow, I need to do some processing on this because it kind of makes it not kind of it makes me mad. I'm mad. I don't want to have to sleep that much. I've got things I want to do and people I want to love on. I don't want to have to sleep that much. I'm missing out on stuff. And so that's a part of my journey right now. Biggest resistance as well. I'm tired and I don't want to go to bed. I keep going. Yeah. Okay. Sheila, you and I are going to think of each other. Well, no, no, no. You don't have to. I'm going to think of you tonight when I step into that resistance because I know, Sheila, that if you'll get that rest, you'll be more able the next day to really be passionate about those things that you love, that you're not wanting to go to bed to do. And that more things will come to you. Here's oh my gosh, I need to be done. I need to be done. I was only supposed to go a half hour and I've gone an hour. Like I need a t-shirt that says long-winded queen. Um when okay, I have to follow through on this thought though. Okay. I think it's really important. When you're tired, female energy, we bring things to us. Okay, we attract things. That's female energy. And when we're tired, our body becomes dysregulated and we step out of that female energy and we stop bringing things in with ease to our life, bringing in connection, bringing in love, bringing in financial gain, bringing in abundance, bringing in opportunities. And so that resistance is actually walking us away from bringing things in with ease. Not even, we don't, when you're in that strong place of female energy, it's not even, it's not that you're working to make it happen. It just flows in with ease. If we're overtired, though, we shut that down. And so tonight, and basically when that resistance hits for me, Sheila, it's been hitting pretty consistent. I'm going to think of you and think, okay, Sheila wants good things, and she's got things she doesn't want to go to bed to either. But I know I've seen it, Sheila, over and over and over and over, that when women step out of that and go to that place of being rested, that female energy blossoms. And that sounded weird. That sounded so weird. Oh, sorry. The mic was too. The, okay. The female energy, it does though. It just, I don't know. Help me think of a word. It opens. It just opens like my peonies right now. I every time I look at them, they're just open a little bit more and they're so beautiful. And it's the same thing with female energy. When that peony has the water it needs, little Clorox, I know, little bleach and a little sugar to feed it, it just gets it opens more and more and it smells better and it just shows its beauty more and more. And that's what we do when we have what we need and we need the sleep. So tonight, Sheila, you You've already inspired me. And tonight I am going to think of you and say, because that's what I want for you, Sheila. I want all the good things flowing to you with ease. And I want you standing in that place that is you, uniquely you, with all your beauty and I hope I don't mean this in an offensive way, all your imperfections, that you just stand there and embrace all of it and enjoy a healthy life and all the beautiful things. And we need rest to experience that. I see it so much. And so tonight, I'm going to tell myself the things that I would share with you. And I'm going to think about you going to bed early and me going to bed early. And then I'm going to laugh that we're blossoming. That sounded so weird. That sounded so absolutely weird. Okay, Sheila, I know I feel better the next day, right? We do. We're standing in that stronger place when we get the rest that we need. Oh, Sheila, okay, we're in. You and I have got this tonight. Tonight, we're doing it. We are in. Okay, love being with you. Absolutely love being with you. Thank you for the comments. It just the connection for me just becomes real when there's comments and people interacting and sharing. And for those of you who are introverts and didn't comment, I see you. And I'm so glad you were here too. And for those of you that are thinkers, I hope you think about some of the things we talked about today. For those of you who were feelers, I hope you just feel all the good things and you go about your day and just have a beautiful day. I'm headed to go. Let me tell you what I'm doing. It's kind of exciting. The Ryan, my favorite video person, is coming tomorrow. And so today I have to have all my outfits laid out. So I'm planning all my clothes. And if you know me, my love of creating outfits is one of my favorite things to be creative in. So I'm going to go do some thrifting today because I've got a couple of ideas and I want to see if I can pull it together. And so I've got to have like 7 different outfits for tomorrow. And then we're also going to each place that I'll be filming and checking the light at different times of the day. So that's what I'm doing today. And it'll be fun. I'll be with my husband and driving around and just getting prepped for a full on video day tomorrow. So I hope you have the best day. Talk to you later, guys. Bye. And there will be a recording of this sent out. No, wait, do we send these? No, it's the is there recordings? Oh, we've got this whole new system. Like that I do the live and then the recording. And oh, if you're not on my email list, I'm prepping right now for my master class that only goes out to my email list. So go, you can check that out. Um, on it, let's see, Instagram has a bio link and you can join the newsletter there, or the website. You can also join it there. And that class goes, we just, it's, I see your face, so I get to answer questions more. We go into a little bit more personalized than I can do on the live on social media. And that happens once a month. It's the first Wednesday of every month, 9 o'clock Mountain Standard, 8 o'clock Pacific. The first Monday, is it Monday? No, or Wednesday. Oh my gosh. No, it's the first Monday. It's the first Monday of every month that that class happens. And I'd love to have you join me there. Bye. Okay. Oh, what's my name? Oh my gosh, I had such issues, Julie. I had such issues setting up StreamYard today. Usually I have it as a little banner going across my board. So let me introduce myself, Julie. My name's Kristen. I am the founder of Living the Good Life Naturally, and I've been a magnesium advocate for over 20 years. And I love talking all things magnesium. And this is a live that I do once a week. It's supposed to last a half an hour and it went an hour and 10 minutes. So I'm hopping off now, but it was nice meeting you, Julie. Bye bye.